When it comes down to sash windows, there's not enough information out there to help homeowners make an informed decision. There's really 5 key factors that you need to know. Number 1, the timber type. Number 2, where it's made. Number 3, the glazing. Number 4, the joinery methods. And number 5, the price. It always boils down to the price at the end of the day. But I'm going to try and go through all 5 of them to try and help a homeowner make an informed decision, because way too often, every single sales meeting that I do, I have to spend like an hour kind of maybe not overloading the client with information, but there needs to be enough there to let you know the ins and outs of what's going to have longevity, what's right for the character of the building. So number 1, your timber type. You've got sapele or you've got Akoya. Sapele is a natural hardwood. It's sustainably grown. It's very durable, very stable. Not as stable as Akoya. Akoya is a chemically treated softwood, which basically it's had all of the moisture content absorbed from it, and it's pumped with chemicals to ensure that no rot penetration can happen. It's very stable. It's not going to bow and twist. It's a very ideal contender for front doors and sashes and things like that. Very high traffic areas. That's why I prefer to do doors and things like that with Akoya. It's never going to bow and twist. So in the industry, we have a lot of imported windows. A lot of companies selling a lot of red grandis, laminated softwood, just cheap engineered style timber. And so they're pushing it out at scale. They have a big marketing budget they can spend. It seems like a good deal because it's in a shiny brochure and you've seen a nice painted one inside of a showroom. The reality of that is they are not lasting any more than 5 to 10 years. And it's really sad because I get clients all year round saying, "Hi Andreas, my windowsills have started to rot. My windows are less than 10 years old and they're double glazed." And I'm like, what do you do? What do you do? You've got a situation where I can splice in timber. I can do all of these. The lower half of a window can be rebuilt. I have to join it with resin to allow for the difference, but the whole foundation of that window in softwood is just shit. It's not like the old softwood that was traditional old growth pine that was aged and it was cut from aged trees. It's just a different level of different level of product, which is why I prefer putting a new sash window into an old box frame, because I know together between the durability of that timber that's going in, it's going to be a sound product. It's going to be brilliant. Number 2, where is it made? Because that makes a big difference. I support local made because I trust my joiners. If I ever have any issues with any of the timber, the glass, everything, I've got control of the whole pipeline. When it's imported, who controls that? Because the installer is just an installer. The manufacturer of the actual product, of the warranty and everything, they're based in another country. They're based in Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, China. I don't know. Like, I know where the other ones have come from in the EU, but they're built for their climates. They're not built for British climates. And it's no offense to any Polish or any EU joiners or carpenters. I'm just letting you know that you're building it over there. It's getting built over there and it's not lasting 10 years over here. There is no imported windows that I know that have stood the test of time over here. I know because I get called out all the time to come and fix rotten work. The original windows that were built 100 years ago last longer than windows that were built 10 years ago. That says a lot. And what it means is the reason that these big companies want big volume, they have to cut corners. So they use quit shit timber. So you should really be asking yourself, when you go to a showroom, if it's not run by the joinery and they're not present there as well, you should be really asking, you've got a nice shiny showroom and a brochure, where's your joinery made? Oh, and they say, oh, our factory is over abroad. You should really start asking some follow-up questions on what happens if anything goes wrong. Who takes accountability for X, Y, and Z? So number 3, glazing. Most double glazing generally needs to be around 24 mil thick because of the build-up of 4 mil toughened glass, 16 mil spacer bar, 4 mil toughened glass, and you've got argon gas inside. You could use a different type of gas, which could reduce the size of that thickness, but generally, because that's so expensive, they use argon gas, and then it builds up of 20. You need a 24 mil build-up to make a compliant piece of glazing for a new window install. What they do in the EU is they are using the spacer bar, the 16 mil spacer bar in between the 2 layers of glass. We use a composite warm edge spacer bar. Yeah, it doesn't conduct the heat between the 2 layers of paint as much as what you get from the EU, which is more aluminium or stainless steel bars. They are horrendous. They do not perform well. They are not as energy efficient as warm edge. It's just another way for importers to cut costs on the installs by using a lesser material. So you got lesser quality glazing and you got lesser quality timber. So that's 2 factors as to why these things are coming out so cheap. We use, in conservation areas, we're allowed to use a different variety of glass. They prefer slimline glass, which is generally around 16 mil. When you're doing sash only work without the frames, you can bypass a lot of the legality in terms of the building control because it's considered a repair, not a replace. But it's also a way to get your windows, new double glazed windows, into old box frames without having to spend an absolute fortune. So the option is there to do that, and that's kind of my only route in to compete with price on imported windows. It kind of is the sad reality, but I find it quite therapeutic to know I can save the original box frames and I can actually upgrade it with the sashes with double glazing, and I know that that's going to have its own longevity where it's all spray finished and I know how the glass has been bedded to perfection. I know that them units are sealed up tight. So yeah, that's another little good route to use to try and compete in this horrendous market, should we say. Number 4 is the joinery methods. So I believe personally that mortise and tenon is the gold standard when it comes to joinery, or mortise and tenon wedges. Those are even stronger, I believe. But I'm not opposed to particular finger joints if they're done right, because it's a bigger surface area of glue. However, that's how we build ours. So we will build ours with mortise and tenon. We don't do finger joints, but we might scribe and domino as well. So there are a couple of joints that can be used that are top tier. But when you've got the finger joints, in terms of whereby these importers are using laminated timber, which is literally loads of layers of the scrap thrown together, and then on top of that, to create one length of a box frame or a bit of a sash, they're using finger joints like that, and they're using 3 pieces to create one side of timber opposed to just one straight bit of timber. They're using as much offcuts and scrap and waste to rebuild everything. And it really is a case of, once it hits the UK climate and we start getting contraction and expansion, them joints are going to open up like no man's business. And then as soon as them joints open up, you've got your water ingress. And when you've got multiple points on a window that are prone to this breakout, that's where you're going to end up having so much failure. And so I think it's a big question to ask, how are you jointing your timber? How is it built? Because that is something that just goes over people's heads. Maybe people don't care about it too much, but you will be caring about it when I have to come in and charge you for a new windowsill or XYZ. And I don't think it's right. And whenever someone tells me they've got a window that's broken out and it's rotted, I automatically think, where has this water been where's this water ingress happened? And it doesn't take too long to work it out. They really don't. So keep an eye on the methods of joinery. Number 5, the price. Always boils down to the price. So on average, you've got a box frame from the EU costing around £500, £600 maybe. When you compare it to what we buy locally, on average being, my end is a little bit more costly. I'm more based in London, but regardless, I pay on average about £1,300 to £1,500 for a box frame. I'm paying 3 times the price, but I'm also getting 3 times the product. And I know that I can put my name to that. And if there's any other issues with it, I'm the one point of contact that can deal with everything. I know that I've used solid hardwood where I needed to use it. I've used Okoya on certain points that I didn't want to be twisting or bowing or any problems like that. I build my sashes and casements in a way, well, our joinery builds them in a way that we look for the weak points in where could be a problem for said windows, especially where we're trying to run very complex styles of joinery. We use a combination of hardwood and Okoya. So when it comes down to the price, ultimately my stuff is going to be a lot, it's not expensive, it's just not affordable to those that want that particular spec. But I get worried about putting an inferior spec into people's homes. If someone asks me for a softwood sash, I'll just say, no, I don't do it. I'm not going to do it. It doesn't matter about the money for me. Yes, I want to grow my business, but there's no way I'm putting anything inferior that I know is not going to last. And anyone willing to pay £500 less for it, you're going to know. You're going to have a big problem in the long run. And so that's my kind of angle. So let's say they're paying £500 for a box frame. I'm paying £1,500. They're still charging you like it's about £1,900 or £2,000 to do a supply and fit from one of those companies. And the joke thing is, what if there's so much profit? Where's it going? Because it's definitely going back to the sales, the marketing, the showrooms, the sales staff. The amount of overheads that you kind of have when you're trying to sell volume is a lot. There's a lot there. Whereby my profits go more so towards, let's say I'm charging you £2,500 for a box. I have to still pay for the lead weights, the ironmongery, the Fencer certificate, the rope, the draft proofing, the cork, the foam, the wedges, the mechanical fixings, the cork, the paint. There's so many things. By the time you're done with £1,000 worth of additional on top, you've now got to take away the wages. You've got the company to run. There's probably around like £500, £400, £300 left on a box frame. It's great, but you need volume. And this is kind of where it lands. And then we come across as too expensive. I'm not the cheapest, I'm not the most expensive out there, but I'm also trying to find a balance of creating such a great supply at such a lower cost. But never will I be thrown into that realm of, oh, if I can't beat the importers, join them sort of situation. I just don't think it's right. I think it makes my job harder, and I feel really bad when I have to do not just new installs, but I mean, I have to work on old windows that are less than 10 years old, and I have to charge the client silly numbers. And then again, it's like I'm joining something really good, a really new set of timber onto the old softwood. Does it have the longevity? Is it going to run? It's not the same. But again, I would like people to look at the price and really think hard about, is this too good to be true? Can you have affordable timber or an affordable sash window and have quality at the same time? Because everything painted can look good, but if you deconstruct it and work out what's actually behind all of this, you would start you'd start being a little bit concerned and being like, is this actually a good return on investment? Because one day you're gonna know that, oh yeah, I made a bad decision, I think. And I'm just here to try and educate people as much as I can. There's so many things to talk about in sash window world and joinery. I'm not particular to working in the workshop, but I'm on site all the time, so I showcase everything. If you've got any value out of this, I'll try and condense this video into a little bit more something bite-sized, should we say. But if you've had any value out of this, like, subscribe if it can help. I'd love to do this one day a little bit more often. Me personally, my end goal would to be just give out work for free. I'd love to do sash windows for free. If I was earning elsewhere enough out of it to pursue it, then great. Do you know what I mean? But until then, I'll see you on the next one.